Yes, there is that much dirt in this floor just from that storm, because I swept up real good for the end of this last video. Whew. Man, got a lot of work ahead of me, and I don't want a green tarp as the front door no more. So we're going to do a lot of work. And welcome back to Gordon's Garage. We're going to rebuild. As I'm cleaning up, I'm noticing the entire floor has a layer of dirt on it, as if it flooded in here. I know it was blowing wind and dirt and everything, but man, the whole place is just covered. Here's a fun little tidbit of information. I'm sitting here and I think, all right, I cleaned up, I swept the floor, I kind of put things on where they're supposed to be, and I'm still finding things like this. And look how it picked this sucker up, frisbeed it straight into the side of that shelving unit, smashed the end of it in good. Oh man, and it was sitting over here on top of this motor. Didn't take much time for it to get enough speed to, man, that wind came through here. It came through here 0 to 120 like that. Man, I keep finding little stuff too. I don't know if I can find the screw I found on the floor. Yes, here it is. So I found out, big problem here. Find out how that thing, the roll up, came off of the top up there. That's because across the top edge of that corrugated metal was these little screws holding it in. I mean, if you'd put 100 of them in there, I might say it was sufficient. Might. That was not gonna hold that door. I don't know what they were thinking. They were relying that door 90% of the time was gonna be used to pull sideways against the screw, not out. And when it pulled hard enough on that door, it wasn't pulling sideways anymore, it's pulling up. And that is not very many threads. Yeah, I wouldn't use those. Find some other way. All right, we're gonna have a better door. I guarantee it. Now, I don't have any of them fancy Patreonos or whatever, or people who give me money like for advertising. I do have commercial breaks, but they're only for memes because I like a good laugh. But due to this natural disaster and having to fix things, I'm trying to recoup some of my losses here. This is a Haynes manual. Yeah, 1988 through 98 Chevy truck. It's not looking too hot. I got it hanging there trying to get it to air dry. And the same thing with this Camaro one. It's not looking too good. I'm hoping, and it's going to be a sad day and I have to go into one of those just to fix one of those things. Yeah. So that brings me to, while you're hitting like, subscribe, and you're going to go into the comment section if you wish to donate a Haynes or Chilton manual for that 82 Camaro or my 98 Chevy truck. I would really appreciate it. And you can see up there on the top shelf, all my other manuals tucked behind a windbreak, and they stayed safe. So the ones I was using, I had laid out, and they ended up in the field. No, they were on the ground here, but a whole bunch of other stuff ended up in the field. One item, which I was really gonna pretend to save, or I was gonna give an effort to save, was that dash. You see how bent that thing is? Yeah, that goes in the Camaro. It's not going in the Camaro. You watch, I'm gonna get desperate and try anyways. That's just the way I am. So here's the plan for this episode. We're gonna have to rebuild bigger and stronger. What that means is the door that you see over there rolled up on the side was corrugated, and it gives it strength one direction, but it allows it to roll up. That was good. Unfortunately, it was a little thinner gauge metal for the width of garage that we were using. Whoever the manufacturer is was just cutting a few corners maybe. Who knows? It is what it is. I got what I paid for. Remember that, guys. So here's what I've got. I've got steel 2-inch tubes. Yeah, we're gonna make some frames, and we're gonna make some regular doors. Double door, barn door things on the front of this. We're gonna do it on a budget. Maybe this might help someone else out too. So here's the plan. I'm gonna have 2 rectangle frames with 1 cross piece to keep it square. It's going to be hinged on one side. It's going to put up on there, and I'll make another rectangle, and then the cross piece, it's going to be on the other side. That roll of corrugated stuff, yep, I'm going to use that as the cover material on the door. And sooner or later, I'm going to find some type of trim to put around it to clean up the outside edges so it looks nice and professional. Until then, I just want a secure shop. The tarp is not that secure. Okay, this is gonna be it for this evening. I think I'm gonna wrap it up, clean my hands, and I'm gonna go home and take a rest. Come back and hit it hard tomorrow. Yeah, I've got a lot of cutting to do, and welding, and squaring, and measuring twice, 3 times. Man, it's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, see y'all in the morning. I'm gonna have to get some pen and paper out, draw up some plans, get the measurements accurate, and then I need to take this chop saw right here, change the wood blade out for a metal cutting blade, and I'm gonna cut this tubing down to a good rectangle. I'm gonna lay it out on the concrete over here. I'm gonna use a good framing square, some chalk line. I'm gonna put a square on the floor that's true. That's a nice good square. And then I'm gonna get it all mocked up, and then I'm gonna try to break out the welder, tack weld the stuff in place, and revisit my plan, see if this is all gonna work. Constantly changing. Okay, well, now you know what's going on. Let's get busy. Yeah, in the middle of making doors and stuff here, and I got to thinking back, and you know what? I've got to thank a person that I did not get a chance to thank. I should have. I'm taking this opportunity right now to thank Brandon. Brandon came out the night of the storm just like I did to help out my parents, and he helped me put that green tarp up. And man, that's a lifesaver. You don't know how hard it is to do things by yourself, and it so helps whenever you got someone out here that's willing to lend a hand, and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, let's get back to work. All right, everybody. So far, yeah, I've got one big rectangle, 5 foot wide, 10 foot tall. Actually, it's about 1.25 inches short of that. Yeah, because you need room for hinges and stuff. Anyways, yeah, I got it all cut. It's pretty square. I like it. Now I just got to go through each one of these edges, and I've got to grind this edge, and I got to grind the surface it's going to weld to. I need nice clean steel so I'll get a good weld. That means the crossbar everywhere it touches together. Yeah. And then we'll get to start welding. Oh, I'm tired of listening to that tarp flop in the wind. Okay, well, get the grinder out. I gotta take a break. Time for a break. A mean break. Sit back and check these out. Yeah, I'm gonna use this, and this thing's got a great little rubber foot on it. Yeah, it's gonna do good at the bottom. This thing is like 10 foot 3-4 inches wide, and that is under 10 foot wide. So I've got room to cut some off that is damaged, and also have a little room to overlap it. I just need, you know, a good ½ inch or an inch maybe overlapped in the center, so that, you know, when the wind blows, it don't just come straight through the middle of the door. Yeah, I'm really wanting to recess the door in a little bit on the wall, but my difficulty is the hinge. Normal hinges are only about that wide, and I'm gonna need one that wide to reach out so the door can get out. If you don't, then the door only go not even 90 degrees. It'll stop and not even give you your whole 10 foot wide opening. Yeah, this is gonna be the end of this day. I'm gonna hit at it bright and early in the morning. So everybody out there in Gordon's Garage YouTube land, thanks for watching. I know I've kind of been just doing this without videoing much because it was so hot, and I got to get measurements right. You got to get this too big. Yep, you got to take it back down, cut it apart. Get it too small, you still got to cut it apart and then add metal. Then weld some more, grind some more. It gets really hectic. Anyways, I got the doors up, and as you can see in that video, they're really secure. They're a lot better than just the tarp sitting up there. And I hated that green hue it was putting out over the whole shop. It was weird. The sun hit it and turned the whole place green. Anyways, I've still got to do the back door. That back roll-up door is just trash. In fact, I'm gonna take you out there and take you a look at just how ugly this stuff has tore up the building. I've got sets self-tapping screws holding the door in so it doesn't go nowhere. But you can look up there, that top corner got all scratched up. Man, when it forced that thing through, it forced it through and it scratched everything up. It just bent everything. And so I'm gonna have a lot more work on my hands on that one. On this side, what happened was this, I got my dad, he's out there moving the tractor. We needed it. This big tube thing was up there over the door and we got it down using that tractor. But yeah, so this tube thing is what the roll-up door would roll up on, and the top edge of the door attached to it with those little bitty sheet metal screws. I think I showed y'all earlier. It was just ridiculous. Not nearly strong enough to be holding that whole door. I'm gonna sign off here and go take a break, get in the cool air conditioning, and take a shower. And then I'm gonna start my weekend. Hey, y'all have a good weekend.